Grand Sunrise family, come on in, come on in, come on in. It's a lie, not your reality. Yesterday, I spoke about how it's equivalent to being given a pill by your kidnapper, by someone who has taken you by force and have poisoned you with this pill, causing you to forget who you are, what you are, and why you are. Not only that, it has taken away your strength, your abilities. So all you can do is intake what they have to tell you. So while you're intaking what they have to tell you, you're becoming more and more like them. So everything that's put in front of you seems more real, more natural to you. So that's where we're at, where everything seems so real that's put in front of us. We don't know the difference between natural and man-made. Your nightmares at night are man-made. You can control those by controlling what you allow into your subconscious during the day. You can also control that by creating your own narrative. Through your own mind, you control how you choose to perceive the world around you. So when people have visions, those visions are for a purpose. It doesn't mean that that thing is going to happen to you. It's a warning. It's your natural ability. See, we don't know much about ourselves as Black people on this planet, or Nubian people, or Bantus, or Africans, or B1s, or ADOS, or FBAs. We don't know anything about ourselves. We only know what's been put in front of us, and it combined with nature is real to us. With the nature that we see, of course, we don't deal with the unseen too much, only when it seems like it can benefit us. But the unseen, unfortunately, for me to have to tell you this, is a big part of who you are. It's a balance that we have to maintain. So when someone has a vision that they're going to be murdered or killed, or someone like me, I have these feelings that something turmoil is going to happen, or it's something needs to be done right away. That means that it's a high sense that is a part of us, and we are to do something about it. It's called defense. So when someone just sits and not know, when you don't know yourself, how do you know? Do you think I just sit here and let it happen to me? Because evidently I'm going to be killed by a gun one day. I have a vision that I'm going to be killed by a gun. What came first, you or the gun? Who made the gun? No, the gun is something that was brought to the physical existence. Because it was brought to the physical existence does not mean it has power over you. Therefore, you have to take the precautions to make sure that that vision that you have is for a reason. You have to take the precaution to make sure you're going the right journey path for that not to happen to you. Because that was not meant for you to be killed by a gun. You are natural. The gun is man-made. Kind of like a video game. You have obstacles, but you also have gifts. You have the higher self within you to know the whereof of what to do next, where to go, how to move, way ahead of time. We've been given these gifts. But are people in tuned to their gifts? Do people know? No, people don't know. And you can't expect them to know. So therefore, if you can't expect them to know, they've been given a pill, the blue pill, I would say, to put them to sleep and make them forget about who they are, then it's only fair to let them know who they are so that when they have these visions, oh, I'm going to be killed by a gun, they're not just going to go walk into it. Because that's what the opposition wants you to do. Because that's how the opposition, that gun came with the opposition. When the opposition was here, made, the gun was made. They both are manifestations of the same energies, lower energies. So they would love to pull you down with them. They would love for your experience as the God put on this planet to be affected in a way that you benefit the lower energies and you not be able to live out your experience. So it's a lie, not your reality. It was never meant for you, only for you to be tricked. But your mind gives you these visions for a reason. You are given these visions and senses and feelings for a purpose. To not fall into the trap of a lie, of the illusion, of the matrix. But many, many times, people think that that is really real. Like the gun is meant to take. How can you dare allow that to happen? Do not dare allow that to happen, people. Do not allow this manifestation into the physical existence rob you and make you think that it's part of nature. It's no part of nature. It has no part of nature. That's man-made. Your visions are telling you about it so that you can prevent it in your life. Visions are to know what's going on and do something about it. Be defense. So that later on, there will be no offensiveness. There will be no crying. There will be no, who wants to live in mournings? Who wants to live in mournings? Well, who wants to live in hellos? Who wants to live in hellos? Hells, lows. Who wants to live in them? Hey Dee. Hey Sonara. Who wants to do those things? Maybe some people do enjoy those things. Hey Kia. I know I don't. I can't stand hell's lows. And I can't stand mornings. It weakens me. It weakens me. I want to be strengthened. I want to be empowered. I want to be in defense. When we know better, we can do way better. And now that we know better, we can start doing better. We're not the same as other beings on this planet at all. So do I, said Sonara. Yes. We're not the same as these other beings on the planet. We have to, sometimes we don't have that, but we do have ourselves, our inner selves, to guide us. And we must. It's very important that we listen to that inner guide. It's very important that we listen to our inner guide. Because a lot of times we don't have that older wisdom around us. And maybe, or it doesn't even have to be an older wisdom. It could be a younger wisdom, because the youth is full of wise people as well, So,
Mommy, can you put this inside this?
Yeah.
No, there's something in there. No. Oh
God. So that's all I wanted to talk about, and I thought that was very critical, that we know the difference between these man-made interferences in our lives that we have visions of, because we are nature. You can't say that this weapon didn't come into the world the same way I did.
Open this.
It came in through an unnatural means. Way of coming through. An unnatural way of coming through. It didn't come in through two gods. It didn't come in through the male and the female. It came in through by a man who was not God, was not connected to the universe, unfortunately. And a lot of lower energies, emotions were put into the making of this thing. So don't ever think that I have a vision of being shot one day, that it is what it is to be. It's not to be. That means that you have to take the appropriate moves. You have to do better in something. That's our visions let us know when we need to get up off our asses. That's what a vision is for. It's not to sit around and wait to get shot or sit around and wait for death. We have to get up and do something. These people who have put us in a condition aren't on our level. Even though a lot of people are confused, they, like I said, that blue pill is something else. It'll have you thinking you connected with animals and, you know, and everything on the planet. But you're different. When you're different, you need to shine like you're different. You need to stand up and shine like you're different. That's the problem with us. We've been told that we're all the same. Where has all the same gotten us? Equality, what we think in our minds we're equal. Where has that gotten us? We've been equal to other people has gotten us killed, and we got us killing and got us being just as worse as them because we're just as powerful as them. So we can be just as worse as them at what they do naturally. Hey, Spice for Africa, welcome. So we definitely need to know and understand the difference between the illusion, and that's the difference. That is the difference between the illusion and what is real and what is our reality. Our reality is to prevent things and to prevent things from affecting you reaching your, that's what chakras are for. What do you think chakras are made for? Why do you think the kundalini is there for? Why we have that fire put inside of us? Why are we rainbow people? Question that. This body, my melanin, all of that is like a vehicle, an engine to get me to reach the highest heights of life. Everything, the riches was given to us and it's for us. You get it. Just like a video game. Always going to be something trying to prevent you from rising and have you start all over again. But this is the importance of listening to our higher self and being guided. Because you have been misguided. We have been misguided. Totally misguided. We have to get on our paths to find our heaven. And that's not hard at all. It's not hard, but it's easy for these interferences to come in and try to prevent because of the pill, the blue pill that has been given that causes us to be poisoned and forget and weaken us. So it's a lie, not your reality. So you can fight against a gun. You were given the ability to fight against the gun. But some people would look at that statement and say, if they're not in tune or spiritual, they'll be like, well, that gun, no. Before you even get to that point of the gun facing you and shooting at you, before you even get to that point, that's what being in tune with self and these visions are all about. The visions is not, like I said, it's not about like telling your family, oh, I'm going to get shot one day. You speaking that, you manifesting that in a way. And you saying that's what you want your destiny to be. You're giving power to something you know not about. When you are supposed to be the powerful one. Just imagine if you were on top of your game. There would be no winners but you. So I don't want to be on here too long, guys. But thank you all for being here. Dee, Sonara, Akia, Spice, 54 Africa. Because we need to start playing defense in our communities instead of the offense, waiting till afterwards, because afterwards it's too late. Beforehand, putting things in, for ourselves beforehand is powerful in itself. And we need our communities, we need them to be powerful. We have the abilities. Not all people have the abilities to be it. We are attached to the universe. That's why we know. That's why you know. So we really need to use it. And it's not hard to do. It's called meditation, sleep. And a lot of times they sleep deprive us. They feed us these foods that interrupt us, our systems, and cause a lot of difficulties. Yes, Akia. Yeah, we have to play preventive in all our communities around the United States, not only in the United States, but all over the planet. We can no longer allow things to happen, just happen. When we know we could, we get told certain things in this lower level, and we believe that, and we're stuck in the low level, but we're not. We need to stand up and be above this low level. Don't be afraid to be above it. It already shown you that it's nothing but death. Because it has showed you nothing but death and lawlessness, it's time to rise above it. Because who wants to be in that? Who you think that's not what you deserve. That's not what was given over to you. That was only taught to you by the kidnappers. To keep you at a level So with that said, I won't hold you all too long. True love, real peace in the higher
Eat it.
self
It's yours.
within the soul. Till next time. Thank you guys. Peace and love.